First ever police officer calendar called Behind the Badge. Now, it was put together by a group of wives of DPD officers, including Kristen Lopez, the wife of Sergeant Tony Lopez Jr., one of the creators of the calendar. Officer Mike Borquez of the Denver Police Department is in it as well, and he's here to tell us more, along with Kristen. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. Thank you.
So I think as I look at these pictures, there's Tony and his family, you and the family in the January, and we got Mike in August. But Kristen, I start with you because I think everyone got to know your husband, sadly, almost a year ago when he was shot and nearly killed.
Correct.
And to watch a family go through it, this idea behind the badge is to maybe humanize the police officer.
Exactly. We just want everybody to see them how we see them. They have a very difficult and dangerous job, and they have two goals in mind: to keep the community safe and to come home safe to us.
And in your case, I mean, update us, if you will, on how you and your family are doing.
We're doing great. You know, the baby's 6 months old now.
Right.
You know, Tony is back to work full duty, you know, which that's true selflessness, you know, for him to go through everything he did. And since day one, okay, when can I put my uniform back on? You know, so, you know, these guys have huge pride in their jobs, and they do stuff outside the community as well, and we just want to shine some light on them.
Well, it's a fun calendar. Tony comes from a police family.
Yes.
And Officer Mike Borquez with us as well. You grew up in Denver. I mean, you've always been here. But it wasn't your dream job, was it, as a kid?
No, actually, I thought I was going to get in the fire department. That was what my dream was. Because
Right.
every kid's playing with the fire truck and whatnot, right? But the more I was involved with the police department as a Denver Public Safety cadet, the more I really realized that the police department job actually chose me.
Really? So now here you are, a police officer. This calendar, like we talked about, is a chance for not only to humanize police officers to people, but like you as a young man, remember probably looking at police officers and maybe wondering what it was like.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thanks to you guys for having us on here.
Sure.
Because growing up in Denver, we have never seen anything, or I've never seen anything like this. I've been on the job now for 19 years, and this is the first time that that I can remember of anything like this, where we can get some information out about us officers that about the officers that do other things besides the police work.
And that's what we're seeing in these pictures, showing officers in their other lives, including another officer we got to know well through injury. There's Mr. August, Mike Borquez, working with kids, and also in here, Officer John Adsit, who we've gotten to know so well. But when you said you wanted to be a fireman, I thought maybe it's because they had their own calendars. So
Oh,
now the police have their calendars too. Are you Mr. August now around the station?
Well, maybe, but if I was doing a fire calendar right now, they'd have to do a lot of airbrushing.
They'd have to do some work. Kristen, tell us where people can get this, and then by getting it, what does it do?
Okay, so they can get it at Amazon.com, and also 4 locations of the Denver Alpine Bank branch. And so all the proceeds are going to go to the Denver Police Foundation. So people may ask, you know, what do they do with that money?
Right.
So for example, they bought the trauma kits for the guys and also tourniquets. So huge advocate is that, because it saved my husband's life.
Yes.
So, you know, we're just glad that it's going to a huge cause.
Well, it's quite a brotherhood and sisterhood as well, but it is broader than that as we talk about families as well. It's called Behind the Badge. Again, it's at those 4 Denver Alpine Banks and Amazon.com. Kristen and Mike, thanks so much for coming in this morning, and good luck. Hopefully
Thank
you
you
sell
so
out.
much for having us.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, Kim?
All right, time for people and places, and it looks